Hey, welcome to Roleplay Cafe. It's Dale here yet again for another live RPG a Day 2025. I missed yesterday because I had to go to a concert straight away after work. So I'm going to do yesterday's today and today's today after I do yesterday's today. Which yesterday's prompt is tactic. Well, kind of goes without saying. The war game DNA uh, does scratch that itch whenever you want to employ tactics, on the battlefield. But I'll for this little video, I'll focus on maybe tactics in a way of how I approached, like in some of my games, to where because you could approach tactically, plotting out your stratagems to overcome somebody like politically or whatnot, which sometimes that's what I've did, and without subversively, without knowledge of my party members, like I was working to fatten my own purse a little bit. One thing that comes to mind is years ago when we played Basic Fantasy. Jason was running us, and it was where I joined the game. The guys had already found some kind of a silver mine and were already minting their own coins with their own. They wanted to start the lower kingdom, I believe, or it wasn't the king's mint, right? So they would slip it in the currency, and they had this long-term plan, and they had been distributing nickel and diamond these coins out, and then we had caught this merchant vessel south to the kingdom. When we got there, it was full of weaponry. Well, when we got off, we found out that these goblins had been raiding a certain area. So I engineered this thing in my mind. I was like, look, let's go back to the ship, buy everything up, these weapons, and have them at the ready. We just got to, just a little kindling, just some kind of a fire that needs to be set that would make people buy this weaponry. So we do these goblins, and then we ignite the goblins because we find out that they've been sent to sabotage or whatever like that we let one of them go. And I had the coin out in front of him. I'm like, remember this face, because we're starting against. So I was trying to provoke the Northern King to come down and attack, and get the bolster the attacks on the Southern Kingdom, where it make everybody want weaponry. So that's what we did. We bought everything. It wasn't no problem giving it to the ship, the master of the ship, the captain of the ship who was selling this stuff. So we bought it with our coins, the silver coins, that was going back north to get wholesale reintroduced into the circulation up there. Then we would buy everything for gold down here and trade up from silver and go back to the mint and start melting down and recasting, reminting these coins as gold coins, right? So it'll double our efforts and stoke the flames of revolution. Anyway, it didn't go too far past that, but that was a stratagem and a tactic that I myself employed. There was another one, I believe, when I was doing Dark Age Man, one of the early sessions, and Jason was running us, and we had there was some Vikings that had encamped not too far away that our Lord was worried about, and I had found a document, a deed to another parcel of land that this kingdom had been harassed by a little bit to the northeast, where we was going along the cove to meet to find out what was going on with the Vikings. And during this tense moment with and I didn't tell anybody that I had found, my character didn't tell him that he had found this deed, because he had, even his lord, when we were parlaying with the Vikings, that we would give them so much, have our people working, and it would provide them with food and whatever. But we were being harassed by this other petty king up there. If they could take care of him, then, this and that. But in my mind, I wanted to jockey for position and get over there and take a hold of that kingdom, or like that, after the Vikings had did my dirty work for me and lessen their numbers as they attacked the king. And then he could always turn it, on his heel. Plus, the kingdom I was currently working for had interposed his kingdom between them and the Vikings to where they were wintering. However, that turned south very quickly with a comment from Todd. But anyway, great sessions, and tactics when applied, either on the battlefield or on the political arena or whatever, can be really fun to employ. Lots of fun to be had. Anyway, I'll be back for part 2 of this.